There is really no better time for a Facebook Live than right now. So, if you're listening to this, you are on replay. I invite you to say hello to me. Leave me a comment, a heart, or anything you wish. So, yeah. Hello, Lauren. So, yeah, I'm just going to share this into my group. And I hope that you're doing well tonight. It took me a little while to conquer this Facebook Live, and this Facebook Live's theme or topic. Let's see, how do I share this copy link? Is truly what I personally have to overcome to let your message out. Hello, Mallory. I feel like I miss you. I feel like we don't spend as much time together anymore, Mallory. I feel like we used to be together more. Am I sharing this right? Yeah, we used to be together more. Hey, Jessica. So yeah, if you're here with me, say hello. I would love to interact and see if you want to hang out with me for a few minutes. So currently, what is happening in my life is a lot of shadow work. Shadow work has always attracted me in the way of something that's always intriguing, also triggering, charging that energy. It's really potent. It feels really, really potent. It's often really heavy. And of course, with shadows, it is the heavy emotions. A lot of them are low frequencies and low vibrations, so it takes a lot of courage and strength to dive into this dance with the shadows, or this exploration with the shadows. So I like to journal a lot and on a daily, and sometimes I will come back to a topic numerous times. And sometimes it will take a few days to finish a certain blog or a piece that I'm writing. And sometimes I will share it, and sometimes I don't share it. I have a lot of journals that I write in that are just, collecting, from which I wish I could share. Just feel like there just seems, maybe one day it will be a book, or maybe one day I will share them in some way. So currently, in that deep shadow work, the acknowledging that work within myself, and staying in that true connection to the divine and to the energy of the current times and what is happening in the world at this time, seeing and looking at the collective from the lens of the divine, from the lens of the Queen of Death. The Queen of Death is the queen of the shadow work. as she journeys through the different archetypes in my world, through Inanna. So it's been a few weeks since me and my amazing, beautiful group of brave women have began this journey deep into the descent of your soul, into the dark night of your soul. And we have met with Inanna. Inanna is that sister of light that gets her heart broken, and she descends, or she decides to find out why does the heart break, and she descends to meet her dark sister. And she goes and descends through the 7 gates, and we journey through the 7 gates of the shadows, at each gate releasing a shadow, a wound, a trigger that no longer serves us in any way, that actually stands as a block to us continuing forward to live and to serve our purpose. We've gone through Persephone, and Persephone, I have wanted to share a little bit more about her today. If you are into the mysticism and magic and mystery, these archetypes may intrigue you or may interest you. You may be familiar with them. With Persephone, she's a young maiden who gets abducted by the dark king of the underworld. And she learns to love the darkness, and she returns to the light half the time of the year, and the other half the time she returns to the dark. And we're also in the energy of Shiva, the dark masculine. The dark masculine Shiva for me is an embodiment of the warrior, or Virabhadra. And if you are familiar with yoga, Virabhadra, the warrior pose, Virabhadra asana, is that embodiment of the bravery and courage and strength that rises from deep within our pain. In Shiva's legendary stories, his beloved burns herself. She sacrifices herself for being dishonored. And in that moment of her burning in the fire of her own tapasya, her own deep practices and dedication, he feels her pain, he feels her sacrifice, and out of that pain, Rudra, rises Virabhadra, the warrior. And that's Shiva. And in his dark, most terrifying being, he goes and he destroys the place that dishonored his beloved. And so do we in our own embodiments go and destroy many things in our lives, and also inside our own mind. So this is a little bit of that inner work, the inner deep journey into many archetypes within yourself, and also into the feminine and also into the masculine. And so when you meet that dark masculine within yourself, that dark pain, Rudra, that rises from loss, from a challenge, from grief, from pain, from sorrow, from that place rises the courage, and rises the strength, and rises the destruction as well. And we also connect through this shadow work to the dark feminine, the Shakti, in her dark form. And in her dark form, Shakti is fully aligned with her sacred rage, and she is equal to the dark masculine, the dark Shiva. And together they dance that dance of destruction. And when one dances, the other may hold space for them, and then the other dances, and the other one takes and holds space for them. And they bring each other back out of their wildness and their mayhem and their craziness. So we dance through this shadow work with Shiva and Shakti, and currently we just entered into the gateway of the sacred dark union, the sacred integration of the two dark opposites, the dark feminine and the dark masculine, integrating that ebbing and flowing of harmony within, of harmony of that dance, of that shadow dancer. Hey Beth, beautiful divine goddess of many mysterious galactic oracle talents. You are this amazing, divine, beautiful, amazing being. I can't wait to spend more time with you in August in the virtual online space. So I'm just talking about where I have been and what I've been up to with my shadow magic course and all the shadows that we get to dance with. And to dance through that shadow of fear. Yeah, definitely. So to show up every day, to transcend through our fears. Oh, hey, Jennifer. Yeah, to transcend through those daily fears, to do that one thing that we know we must do on a daily, or to speak the words that we must speak through our work or through writing, through messaging, through inspiring someone, or even if it's just yourself, reminding yourself, and choosing to continue to breathe through this time with conscious awareness. My current shadow magic mantras have truly been so supportive. They are I am purpose, so we've been through the gate 7, and then I am a visionary, or a vision through the third eye space as we see our vision. One of my mantras is also I can breathe. Choosing to breathe, even though so many people choose not to pay attention to their breath. They don't even know it exists. They don't even know how to take a deep inhale and slow yourself down and slow your breath down and invite the energy of the life force. Hi, Chrysalis. And I just wanted to also bring in, I'm feeling the energy, that energy flow. When you know you're in the flow, whatever you're doing, you're completely inspired and you're completely trusting whatever is guiding you through this life full of emotions and full of experiences. And one of the mantras is also I am truth, as we connect to the throat, this blue throat that can hold any poison that rises from within the ocean of your own life. And you can hold that poison in your throat as Shiva, and you can chant as Shakti to transmute this poison into the sweet nectar of mantra, into love. I am love as we descend to the heart. I am lovable. I am loving as I am now. Hi, Erica. My beautiful Gigi. Hi, Erin. Thank you. So, I will consciously allow to stay connected, and I will actually also consciously choose to not allow any separation between my divine being, my highest self, and anything in this world. Hi, my beautiful love, Erika. So, as the light and as the shadow workers of this world, as many of us are finding ourselves to be, this is what we consciously do now. We are here to be the guardians of the earth. We are here to be her keepers. There's a word in Russian, it's called bereginya, and it actually means the keeper of your bloodline or the keeper of the earth. And yeah, that just really touched me. We are here as her divine purpose, and we are her vision. We are the vision of the earth. Yeah. Shadow worker. It's an incredible work. In my shadow course, we have to journal on the meaning of the shadow worker. What does that really mean to you to be a shadow worker? So if you'd like to go deeper into that, what does it mean for you? What does it mean to be the shadow worker as a spiral practitioner, which I'm so excited about as well. Oh my gosh, my cat. I have to show you my cat. Oh my gosh, this cat. He is trying to steal my feral cat's food. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. And anyway, as a spiral practitioner, you are also a shadow worker because you are releasing all these trapped wounds and shadows out of our existence, out of all of our bodies. So it is time to be defined by the vision of the future instead of the memories of the past. That comes from Joe Dispenza meditations. Joe Dispenza recommend, if you are seeking awareness, if you're seeking awakening support, I recommend Joe Dispenza meditations, and he will truly take you into other realms of being, of possibilities, of your own transformation. And I feel like we have come collectively to hold space for the chaos of this world as the light and shadow workers. Conscious human beings, conscious citizens of the world. And I noticed how some of us are speaking and sharing and educating ourselves and others as well, deconstructing and unpacking our own ego mind, coming into humility, into understanding, and some of us are being reverent and some of us are being rebellious through all the changes. Might as well, why the heck not? Against the old, we rebel against the old. We create that revolution within ourselves, and we recognize what has been oppressed for a long time, it could be a different sensation for each one of us individually. And some of us are being silent and hold space for the world with our hands holding the planet, and truly sending that energy of healing. You know, you can simply put your hands up and feel the energy of healing and begin recognize that energy within you. Tuning and connecting and aligning to yourself, to your highest integrity, to your highest self, your highest consciousness, your highest wisdom, to transmute your energy to the benefit of all living beings in everything that you do. For me, that happens a lot through the practices of yoga. Lately, I recommend everyone I see to practice yoga, to practice meditation, to prepare yourself for the new life that is here, and it's now, it's present. So I'm a little cold. It's been raining. It's a little chilly. Hello, Connie. So, yeah, I was talking about trust. Trust in the message that is here and present. And as I'm writing my message throughout the few days, I'm also realizing that I am holding back. I could be speaking those little bits of messages that come through in some ways. Or maybe there's shadows that are holding me back. Those shadows that I am facing currently. And seeing through that inner understanding and vision that all that is here currently in the world is meant to be here now. And all of which we live through just knowing it's here for us to live through, to see through. And if there's any fear that's here, knowing what I know now about the fear that I felt before and how unreal it is, I can only see and recognize the same in the fear that is present with me now, if that makes sense. To know that the fear is simply a program and is a way to control humankind. And I have been only seeing what comes into my feed sometimes on Facebook. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the TV at all. Whatever I know of this world is what I see or hear. So on social media or speaking to others. And for me, it's enough to know, to understand, in order to feel what is happening in the world. To understand enough to understand and read the story of our life, of what is happening currently. So, yeah, I invite you to tune into your own message that you may be receiving through being here, or whatever comes through you, through a lens of integrity, and by the guidance of the divine, and through your own sovereign center, whatever source that comes through you, your prana, your breath, keeps you alive, You can go beyond prana. You can recognize some kind of a source or higher self energy. It could be actually emptiness, and or any other understanding and sensation of the divine spirit, energy, supernatural, highest consciousness or highest self. And tune into the feels and watch yourself inside in your own story, how you are being affected or triggered by what you see or what you feel, and how through that experience you can remember your own truth and your own path. So from the shadow work inspiration, I wanted to share a little bit about Persephone. Persephone is the daughter of Demeter. Demeter is the goddess of agriculture, and she's also the daughter of Zeus, the king of gods. Demeter is the mother of Persephone. She also has other children. She also has a lover, and she bears a child. His name is Pluto, and that meaning also is shadowy places below the earth. So that deep connection to the earth from the feminine. Demeter's flower is poppies. So if there's a poppy seed, field you see, that's the energy of a mother and agriculture and this fertility of the earth. Persephone is her daughter, Demeter's daughter. She's also a wife of Hades. She's been abducted by Hades into the underworld, and she is the queen of the underworld. She becomes the queen of the underworld. She begins to love the dark, and she becomes the goddess of the underworld. And she's now remembering and rediscovering all that is so dear to her dark, most compassionate heart in this dark space. She is presiding over the dead with her intriguing, magical abilities to see and to feel beyond this realm. She's also a goddess of fertility, so she's fertile to create anything she desires. So in this story, remembering that all fertility and all the fertile ground is dark and moist and deep within the Mother Earth, in the underworld, the place of our birth and also of our death, the place where our soul is reborn, in that dark place within. We get to come here now as Persephone, whenever we choose, whenever we wish. This is where we can face those shadows. And now that our vision of life may be clearing up a little bit, we can see right through the programming of the world. If you can dance with your shadows, you are the shadow worker. What does that mean to you? You are the queen of death, as Persephone's, and you have seen it, and you have remembered. The darkness is now upon the earth. You have come here in this lifetime to be the one who reawakens her soul, her own soul, into her full capacity and to her full capability to call back all parts of yourself that have been shattered throughout eternity on your way here to live and experience this lifetime. And while you're gathering all parts of yourself back, you are also bringing all that you're capable of bringing throughout this process, including everybody along the way who comes along, that hears your message, that hears your voice, that feels your energy, knowing that you are powerful enough to call out your own shadows, to face them, to embrace all the illusion of the mind. That's where the shadows live. They are the ideas that are not real. They are the fear that is only here to prevent you from being brave. The mind will react and often reflect, and the shadows and the demons will surface, and they will come and stand in the way of your vision and your dharma or your dream. You can ask yourself, what would my life be like if I decided to bring my magic back into my life fully? To truly choose to be fully myself right now. Kind of like feeling in... A lot of the time we find spiritual awakened people being really meek and humble, and being okay with being meek and humble, and living in the really scarce state of mentality. And that also is the programming. And many of us are waking up into and out of that programming into our own aligned, powerful understanding and creative energy to create beyond the fear and meekness and shyness and humbleness, and to go beyond the mind that tries to trick us with all these illusions like veils upon our eyes. So everything we see, if we go searching to see more information, we will find more information, or we can tune in and feel. We can tune in and feel, or we can go yell, we can go chant, we can speak and bring our message through, we can sing, we can whisper, we can also hold space in silence. When they say silence golden, just, is that also a program? So yeah, feeling that being attuned and aligned to the soul in this moment is so important, and to what the soul wants to carry through you on a daily. Connect to the divine in any way that you can, through that higher source, that which inspires you and lifts you up in your highest potential of divine being within you. And do your basic work for all your senses, your bodies, your chakras, energies, your practices, whatever the practice you're doing. Don't give up on those basic practices of, if you learned them, there is a reason behind it. If you learned them, practice them. We have not practiced those spiritual practices for way too long. It's time to truly reawaken that desire within yourself to connect to yourself, to connect to the divine that speaks through you. and be smart and listen within, because all answers are already within. And connect to how you're living your divinely connected life. Be physically active. Also, do your best to eat what feels aligned with that highest potential of this physical body, living this life at this time. Just kind of seeing through the program, awakening to the program, and knowing that it's also there to guide you through and let you see the swinging of the pendulum for so many of us, even within our own selves. And being that space keeper that can actually hold space for the intensity of the swing to each side of that pendulum, the opposite spectrum, and see through with the wisdom that you already have. Deep inside, you know the truth, you know the answers, and if you listen and do the work of being the shadow keeper and being the seer of mystery of life, to see your life as it unfolds, and you make the choice now to see. As you do your own inner shadow work, you begin to see the shadows of the world. You begin to see the collective illusions and the collective doubts. Fear of being seen, and just allowing yourself to trust, allowing yourself to drop in, to be present, to mentally be prepared for the rest of your life from this moment on, no matter what it's coming, reclaiming yourself as that shadow worker, light worker, holding space for the grief, for the cries, for the weeping, the chaos, disorder, sorrow, racism, guilt, anger, any kind of human phobia in any way, fear of each other, just honoring it all. And you're the one to feel it through. If it resonates with you, feel it through and be that shadow priestess of the dark earth, the one who holds space for all of life in silence. So, allowing that message to come through the way it is, when it comes, to overcome anything that stands in the way. Felt like the message to come through today as the Queen of Death, that goddess of fertility, and knowing that you have a choice to descend into the dark and do your work here while you're in the dark space, and doing what feels right in the moment. Because I see you and I honor all your choices. I see all your daily commitments and doing all the good in the world. It's often failing and often having triumphs, and often falling into the trap of that programming of this world. So just know that we're all doing our best with what we have, with what we know how. And trust the divine guidance. Trust that when you do press that button, that it will be divinely unfolded with what needs to come through, and whoever needs to hear this will find a way to hear it. And on a daily, if there was one thing that you could possibly do for yourself in the world, is for that one thing to ask your soul, what is it that I can do today to contribute to the healing of the planet? And then also finding time to relax into your being, and also relax into whatever craziness or mayhem or chaos comes your way, because you know how to discipline yourself, and you have your daily practices, and you have overcome your shadows and your fears, and you know that it's not always easy, and you know that it's not everybody follows through, and not everybody is disciplined enough or committed, and not everybody knows the true value of this work, and not everybody transcends through shadows like you, and not everybody wants to heal their deep wounds, and not many want to do this work. It's triggering, and it's challenging, and it makes you want to run away, and it's calling you out. And it's that part of you, that small part of you, that always wants to tell you all the reasons behind you wanting to quit your dharma. So telling that little part of yourself that you can't afford to not listen to your soul, and that if there was one thing that you must do is to listen to your soul and to bring that message through. So, yeah, I will be back soon with more of this inspiration, and every day it's a true daily inner battle. Recognize it and honor it within yourself, knowing that you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, even if it is treading through the fear, leaning into the scary and the unknown. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Let me know how you feel, and you're always welcome to message me with any questions. Many blessings. Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to all. Hi Roma. You'll have to catch me on replay or sometime in real life. I love you.